At an event on Friday, President Joe Biden spoke about his plan to forgive student debt. The president decried attacks from the right on his plan. He said their outrage is, quote, wrong and it's hypocritical. Biden called out Georgia Republican Marjorie Greene, saying she and her husband had $180,000 in business loans forgiven from the PPP program. The president also quoted Texas Senator Ted Cruz, who said the relief was for, quote, slackers who don't deserve relief. Biden responded, quote, who in the hell do they think they are? The president also claimed that the United States can afford to provide student debt relief because his administration has, quote, historic deficit reduction.
Republican members of Congress and Republican governors are doing everything they can to deny this relief, even to their own constituents. As soon as I announced my administration's plan on student debt, they started attacking it, saying all kinds of things. Their outrage is wrong and it's hypocritical. But we're not letting them get away with it. They've been fighting us in the courts. But just yesterday, state court and the Supreme Court said, no, we're on Biden's side. I will never apologize for helping working and middle-class Americans as they recover from the pandemic, especially not to the same Republicans officials who voted for a $2 trillion tax cut that mainly benefited the wealthy Americans and the biggest corporations that wasn't paid for and racked up our deficit. I don't want to hear it from MAGA Republicans, officials who had hundreds of thousands of dollars of debts, even millions of dollars in pandemic relief loans forgiven, who now are attacking me for helping working class and middle class Americans. My team at the White House posted a video of those folks online. You should check it out. Marjorie Greene, she and her husband got $180,000 in business loans forgiven from the PPP program. She said it's completely unfair for us to forgive student loans for working and middle-class Americans. Representative Vern Buchanan of Florida said our plan was reckless. Guess how much he got in that program forgiven? $2,300,000. This is not a joke. Can't make this stuff up. Republican governors wrote me a letter saying this relief only helps the elite few. Y'all know you're the elite few? I knew you were really special, but I know you're the elite few. I'm serious. Ted Cruz, the great senator from Texas, he said it's for slackers, quote, slackers who don't deserve relief. Who in the hell do they think they are? I mean it. But the state where Republican officials say we can afford student relief, that's because the first 2 years of my administration, that's because of the historic deficit reduction, the very deficit reduction the Republicans voted against. This morning, my administration announced that this year the deficit fell. The federal deficit fell by $1.4 trillion just this year. The largest one-year drop in all of American history, $1.4 trillion. And it follows last year's historic drop in the deficit of $350 billion.